Welcome to Study Loop.
Welcome to question number 23.40. So this is chapter 23, electric potential. So we are given that there is a conducting material here, which is we have said that this is a copper material. So copper is a conducting material. Conducting material means whatever the charge is on the sphere or within the sphere, the charge can move around. And we know that the charge move around from lower potential, from higher to lower potential. So whatever the charge inside is that it will move on the surface. If it's positive charge, it will move towards the surface, and if it's negative charge, it will move towards the surface also. So we are given that V center is 3.75 kilovolt, which is equals to 3.75 into 10 raised to power 3 volts. So this is the potential at the center, and the diameter we are given that this is equals to 25 centimeter, and if we write in SI units, so this becomes 0.25 meter. Here we have V center equals to 3.75 in 10 raised by 3 volts. So this is V center is a positive value. That means whatever the Q is on the sphere of this copper material has to be positive. That's why I have made positive sign. If V center is were negative, then Q has to be negative. But this time we have V center as a positive value. That means whatever the potential is, this has positive value. So positive charge resides on this copper material, and the charge moves onto the surface. So there is no charge within the sphere, the charge is on the surface. All right. And we have used these two formula here. So first let us talk about this formula here. So V at infinity, the potential at infinity is 0. In most solar situations, we will take the potential at infinity equals to 0. The reason is because the V is inversely proportional to R. So as R goes to infinity, V goes to 0. That's why we have V at infinity equals to 0. So that's why we write V center equals to 33.75 kilovolt. But in the question it was given that V center relative to the infinity is 3.75. So but saying that V center is equal to 3.75 means that the V center is in with respect to the V infinity, because V infinity is 0, so we can write it in direct form that V center is in 3, just V 3.75 kilovolt. All right. So let us talk about the potential inside and on or outside. Since in this situation we don't need to care about the outside, because the potential which we have here is the V center, and we know that the potential inside the sphere, so having a point, let's say this is a point and this is R here, small r. So this small r is smaller than the capital R. So saying that this V inside potential at point which is inside the sphere, which is equal to the V surface equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q over capital R. So if you take any point, the potential at each point and on the surface has this much potential. So the potential is constant over the whole volume of the sphere. This is because a charge has moved on the surface, and electric field inside the sphere is 0, because there is no charge within the volume of this copper material. All right, so we have this formula here, so we can use this formula to find out the Q value. So we have part A. Let me use different color. So we have V center equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q over R. V center is equal to 3.75 with 10 to the power 3 volts. So we put this value 3.75 into 10 to the power 3 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q over R. And we know that R is equals to diameter over 2 because the hole is a diameter D and R is the half of the diameter. So putting this value, let's go to slide 2. We have 3.75 into 10 raised to power 3 volts equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught D over 2 Q. So this gives us Q equals to 3.75 into 10 raised to power 3 into 4 pi epsilon naught into D by T 2. So putting the values of these factors D and 4 pi epsilon naught, we have Q equals to 3.75 into 10 raised to power 3, 9 into 10 raised to power 9 into D is 0.25 meter. So this becomes 0.25 over 2. Use your calculator, and I have used the calculator to find out the exact value of the Q. So this is equals to 52.1 into 10 raised to power minus 9 coulomb. Alright, so Q is equals to 5.21 nanocoulomb. 1 nano is equal to 10 raised to power minus 9. So this must charge must be kept on the copper to make electric field or the potential, this much potential at the center. So that's a solution for part A. Now going to the part B. So this was part A. Part B asks for the what is the potential of the sphere surface related to infinity. So we need to find out the potential at the surface relative to infinity. So meaning that we have to find out V surface minus V infinity. V infinity is equal to 0, this value. So this becomes V surface. So V surface, we already know this value. V surface is this value, which is equal to this value. So putting these two, so we have V surface equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q over R, and which is equals to V inside or V surface, so V center, which is equal to the same this value. So this becomes 3.75 into 10 raised to power 3 volts. V surface is equals to V inside, and V inside meaning that the potential at any point within the sphere surface. So let's take the center. So this means V center. So that's your answer for question number 23.40. I hope you have understand and enjoyed my answer. Thank you very much.